Hey y'all, my name's Allie and I am the person behind Warglitter Zines. This channel is for zine reviews, talking about stuff zine related, and a couple of tutorials. I've actually had a few people ask me to do a how to make a zine tutorial, and I thought about making one, but then I thought it might even be better if I could find a cute guy with a beard and an accent like an elf from Lord of the Rings to do it for me. So I present to you this tutorial by Craig Atkinson. You should check it out. He is the guy behind Coffee and People, as well as 5 O'Clock Zines, where he does reviews on Instagram. I'll have both of those things linked down at the bottom. Coffee and People started out as a cheap one-page zine, and I thought I had it all figured out, but it turns out I was wrong. So to figure out how to make one yourself, watch this video, and I will see you on the other side.
Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make a 16-page mini zine just like this, with only a few things: a glue stick, cutting blade, a ruler, and of course a zine. This is a B4 size photocopy. It is roughly about 34 centimeters by 23 centimeters. I print this off at the local convenience store. Very easy to do. Here you can see I have the cover. This is the cover page. This is the last page, and on this side is blank. I tuck this behind the cover page. I'll show you how. Let's do it. So, first I will also show you my master copy. This is my master copy. This is a photo I took on my phone at a cafe, and then I glued these on, hand drawn. And what I did, I started with a black card, a B4 size as well, as a MasterCard, and then I typed up my story on my phone on the Word app, and then I pushed in the margins, and I printed the story down the center of the page. A little bit of trial and error, and I got the right size that I just had to cut either side of the words, and then I glued them on. So let's get into it. So we have our sheet of paper. First we need to do is fold it up. I like to start with this fold, the long fold. We fold it in half. So let's do that. Make sure it's nice. This is important down the track when you go to glue it all together. And then, so I call this a peak. It's, it's like a peak. Now I fold one side of them in half again, up to the center of the first fold, and then the same on the other side, making sure it's nicely done. So now I have a piece of paper that looks like this. I call this a peak, and these are two valleys. That will make a bit more sense when we go to start cutting. Now we want to fold it this way, the short way. Fold it in half. And then the same again. So we fold in half again, up to the center. So then we've got something that looks like this. Yep. And fold it again. Okay, so then we've got the same thing running through the peak and the two valleys. Okay, so now you've got 16 little squares. Once again, the cover page, the back page, and this is where the story starts and goes along like that. It might take you a couple of tries to get it right. I think it's definitely worth making up a master copy and playing with it before gluing anything down to sort of see how it all works. But, so now we make the cuts. So we've got, once again like this, the cover and the back page. I'm going to make three cuts, two this way. In this valley, 3/4 of the way down. In this valley, 3/4 of the way down. And I flip it over, and on the peak, I cut 3/4 of the way down. Let's do that. Okay, one cut, One more to go. Okay, I've cut down the two valleys, so it should look like this. Once again, for a reference point, here is the cover page and the back page. Now I flip it over and do the same cut down here on the peak. I like to fold it a little bit the other way just to get the ruler right in the edge. The more precise you are with the folding and cutting, the better the final product will turn out. Okay, so I've made that cut. So there we are. So in the center, I've cut it that way. This is where the story continues. Here. Just so you know. Okay, so now it's time to glue. So I flip it over and I start with the cover edge. I fold it over 3 times and I start my gluing process from here. I only glue 2 pages at a time, back to back, and then push them together to just so the glue doesn't dry too quickly, and just so I can continue on. But let's start that. Let's do the first gluing part. I just use regular glue stick. The school stuff, it dries all funny, and the zine looks like it's been in the sun too long or been in the wash or something like that. It's all sort of funny. So just use a regular glue stick is fine. Picked up from 7-Eleven. Shout outs to 7-Eleven. I like it that it's purple too, actually, because I can see it on the white paper a little better. So let's start that. I run 2 lines down each edge. So I've got 2 lines, one there, and then I just fold it over like so. There we go. And then I just flip that back and then glue. So let's do that, huh? Let's get the gluing done. The more you make, the quicker you will get at this. Some people don't glue every single page. You don't have to. It will mean that the zine will feel a little looser when you're reading it, you know, which is fine. You're going to glue the front, you will at least glue the front page and the back page together. So it's up to you. Maybe you don't have much glue. That's cool. I like to glue this every page. It makes it feel a little bit more solid for me. I like that. Okay, just gluing. Now up to here, getting closer. Alright, last line. I'm going to leave this last one, the one that I tucked behind. I've wrote tuck behind, front cover, front page. I did that for a reason, because I'll probably forget, but I don't glue that yet. I will just do these last 2 pages. Okay. Alright. Don't need that. So now I have this tucked behind, and the first couple of pages that I didn't glue, which are the back page, the cover, and just the inside of the cover. Okay, this story I wrote, like I said, I wrote it on Word app. It's roughly about 700 words at 11 point. So I've made two of these style zines. This was the second one. It's a little different, not as hand-drawn. I started incorporating some stamps, another photo. I did the same style, and I did the same, roughly a 700-word story. This is the master copy of that. I didn't use black paper for that, black card, which made the zine actually feel a little lighter. The black card, because of the black ink, it makes it a little more solid and sort of heavier. Okay, so let's get back to this one. 3 pages to go. Like I said, it says tuck behind the front cover. So we pull the front cover out and we tuck it behind. So let's put some glue on there and tuck it behind. So if you don't use glue for all of the internal pages. This is the one that you will use glue for. This will create a spine on the book. So you have the inside of the book, and now you've actually created a nice spine, which I think is really cool. Which is one of the things that I really love about this. Also, I love how cheap it is. One copy at my local convenience store is 10 yen here in Japan, so like 8 cents or something like that US, just to make a massive zine, a 700-word zine. Okay, so I've glued that. I'm just going to glue the front cover on, and then I will wrap the back cover around the spine and glue the back cover on. So let's do that. You know, this is the main page, so I put a lot more extra glue there because this is I definitely don't want it coming unstuck. Okay, and then one more to go. Once again, I have to put a little bit more extra glue than the other pages. I also put it on each edge, so there's a fair bit on there. And fold it over as tight as possible to make the zine like a little book. There we are, all glued together, all 16 pages, all from one B4 copy. You could also use A4 size, or any large size. You could use small ones, like just an A4 or something like that, or like A3 as I meant to say before, or A4 size. Yeah, anything, and use the same style. Thank you for watching.
And that's it. Thank you so much, Craig, for doing this for me so that I could have this cool tutorial up on my channel and do literally no work in order to make this thing happen. You should check out Craig in the links below. He does zine reviews on Instagram as well as makes zines himself. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. It'll help me kind of decide what else I want to put on this video, and I might even get Craig to hop on to answer some of your questions for you. In the meantime, keep making and do it yourself.
It's been a long time since I believed in magic.